So let's talk about the evolution of my wardrobe. So I love to collect clothing. I am 28 now, and through the years I have had some phases where you could describe my gathering of clothes quite addictive. From dressing up as a child to spending hours and hours in fast fashion shops as a teen, and eventually slowly developing my own style and sharing my sustainable wardrobe. Hey, welcome to my shared wardrobe. So in this video I will talk you through the evolution of my wardrobe and the practices that help me turn an impulsive wardrobe of fast fashion into a curated, conscious and sustainable collection. And finally, I will tell you my secret to finding these clothes that I actually love and wear. So let's go back in time. Where did my love for clothing begin? When I look at pictures of my younger self, I see some really cute outfits. But it wasn't me in the beginning that chose them. Okay, let me send a message to my mother. Because I am wondering, where did she get the clothing that I wore as a child?
Hey mam, hoe kwam jij aan mijn kleding?
Okay, she told me something really cool. She was telling me about this shared clothing chain in my old neighborhood where I lived in the 90s. And there was this one neighbor that had a big love for collecting clothing as well. She had some daughters. So everyone in the neighborhood brought their old kids' clothing to her. So she sorted everything, like all the different sizes, and then she handed them out to the neighbor again in the size package that they needed. That is so inspiring, right? And my mother also said that she loved to shop my clothing at the local market that was there every week. I have two younger sisters and a brother, so I was the one that got the most new clothing, and when it didn't fit me anymore, it went to my sisters. Okay, things kind of fall in place for me now, and it makes sense why I am such an advocate for a shared wardrobe. So in my teens, I started to receive pocket money. I started to go to local thrift stores with my sister or with friends because I realized that I could buy way more items that way. But then there was a spike in the evolution of very cheap fast fashion chains like Primark. And 15-year-old me noticed that I could buy new clothing now for the same price as secondhand. And I was so easily influenced as a teen, and I was so tempted to buy the new clothing. So just like any other teenager, I had this phase of really trying to belong. And for a while, the trendy fast fashion clothing did give me more confidence. Before, I was sometimes oddly standing out, but now I could wear the trendy clothing and look like all the other people. And these clothes might have been trendy, but they were usually so tight and so uncomfortable, and they worn out and washed out so quickly. So I wore these t-shirts with a print, and usually the print would be gone within a year. And also the polyester knitwear was spilling a lot. And what evil fast fashion mastermind pushed the trend of like these really thin tights? Because I was buying like 4 pairs of them every month, which is so crazy to think about now because that is such a waste of resources. So I was buying more and faster, but every day I could look at my wardrobe and feel like I had nothing to wear because all the items that I owned were like either uncomfortable or they just didn't look pretty anymore. It was time for a change. I rediscovered thrifting and I slowly dared to look like the way I wanted to dress again. The tight polyester skinny jeans and black jackets made room for floral embroidered vintage dresses and comfortable airy flares from natural and breathable fibers. So after years of collecting and resharing my misfits again on Vinted and Instagram, and only keeping the items that I really enjoyed wearing, the collection of my dreams is left. A mix of vintage Indian gauzes, handmade items, sometimes by my own hand, and sometimes by small sustainable brands. So let's share my absolute favorite pieces with you. Most of them are secondhand and I have found them through Vinted or the German marketplace Kleinanzeigen or Depop. I have the names of these brands saved in my marketplace apps and I will get a notification when a new item from this brand is being uploaded. So these beautiful dresses and blouses are by the brand Atelier Veli. They are handmade in Amsterdam. Their fabrics are usually organic cotton and the quality of it is absolutely amazing. It's my absolute favorite. And all of these items I purchased through Vinted. So all of these items are from the brand Tree of Life, which is an Australian but Indian inspired brand. The brand was founded in the 70s by an Australian backpacking couple with India as their destination, and they have been crafting garments ever since. What I really like about this brand is that the fibers are usually natural and it's very affordable. So all of these I have purchased at their website itself, but I did have to pay a lot of import taxes because I'm in Europe, so the distance is not so sustainable. I love my opia dresses so much. I think this dress might be my absolute favorite. That's because yellow is my favorite color and it has pockets. So this yellow dress and the green one I purchased on their website, and the blouse and this beige dress I purchased through Depop. So the part of my wardrobe where I am the most proud of is actually my handmade wardrobe, and I have either crocheted or knitted or sewn these pieces myself, or like this dress over here, I've altered an existing one into something else. So I have made a video about my handmade wardrobe if you would like to see more about the process of this. So creating clothes myself has made me become aware of how much thought and time it takes to design and craft an actual piece. For example, this cardigan that I am wearing now took me 100 hours to complete. And that has definitely made me appreciate the art of textile craftsmanship so much more, because now I know how much effort it actually takes. In a lot of factories around the world, there is still so much time pressure for sometimes underpaid employees to produce as fast as possible. It's a matter of supply and demand, right? It is us wanting the cheap clothing. And I get it, I like myself a good deal as well. That's also the reason why I still love to thrift. But why do we value the art of textile craftsmanship so little? So I am all for a movement of appreciating this art form again. When we let the world know that we want more fair, slower, less wasteful, higher quality clothing, make the industry demand it, please. And for this reason, I like to support brands that align with this vision. Like the following brand. And that is the brand Daughters of India. I have loved their block print dresses as well, but unfortunately I didn't wear them a lot, so I decluttered them. But this yellow dress I kept. I did alter it though, as it used to be a very long dress, and I already had a lot of long dresses. This one also has pockets. And these are my favorite dungaree flares from Christy Dawn, and I really like to pair it with this blouse from the brand Arnhem. And that dress is also from Arnhem. And all of them are thrifted. And some other dresses you have probably seen me wear in my other videos, which are also favorites of mine, are these from Rachel Pelly, the brown one. Yeah, this one. I love it so much. It's from Oki. And this one is from Hazel and Volk. And that one from Poudre Organic, if I pronounce it right. So these items are from the brand The Hemp Temple. And like the name tells, this brand makes airy and flowy clothing from hemp fibers and organic cotton. So I have thrifted all of these on Vinted, and I kind of feel like a child again when I find the second matching item to the set. Did anyone else play Go Supermodel when they were a kid? I was so addicted to that game. And basically I'm doing the same thing still, like collecting clothing and matching up the pairs. Okay, so I really love knitwear, especially Amano knits. These are two vintage Amano cardigans and I am so in love with them. Just look at those sunflowers, isn't it the most precious thing that you have ever seen? What else do you need when you have an Amano cardigan? Really. So these are some of my favorite vintage finds on Vinted. Vinted, 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 and my local thrift shop. This is a cotton fabric, also made in Bolivia. And this is a fleece made from a wool blend. And I wish they would make more fleeces from natural fibers. Because nowadays, I feel like all fleeces are made from polyester. Finding good vintage though is something that is getting harder. And that is because there are so many people nowadays labeling fast fashion as vintage on platforms like Vinted. When I thought I was purchasing something handmade or vintage, I received it and I noticed a Shein or Zara tag, and sometimes you could just see that the quality was really bad and that the tags were like cut off. But recently I have found a solution to this problem. I installed the app Google Lens on my phone, and when I find a cute item, I first take a screenshot of it and I upload it into the app. It will search on the entire internet for similar results, and usually when the item is from a fast fashion brand, it will pop up right away. You can also just ask the seller if she is wanting to photograph the labels, because there is a huge difference in the vintage labels and the fast fashion ones. So I avoid synthetic clothing, and especially when working out. And I do this because I don't want the microplastics being absorbed into my skin when I sweat and get warm. The only synthetic workout wear that I still have are these padded biking shorts that I don't think exist plastic free. So some of my favorite brands for workout wear are Indigo Luna, Hara, Organic Basics, Confidant Spirits, and I also have some Armed Angels leggings, but I cannot find them. And for the same reason as my workout wear, I also want my underwear to be made from natural fibers. So these are my favorite brands. These are from the German brand, the most local to me, from Ehrlich Textile. These two are from Pansy, and those are from Organic Basics, and these from Earth and Mama. So now you've seen my ultimate dream collection and know my secrets to finding the favorite brands that make clothes from natural fibers that I absolutely love wearing. And my big question is if my dream collection is going to fit in my new tiny home on wheels. because in 1 month I will be moving into a van with my boyfriend Case and my cat Ross. So if you would like to see more about our adventures and my wardrobe living in nature, make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I would love to hear your favorite brands and your wardrobe evolution stories as well, so feel free to share them as well down below. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye!